Okay. I'm doing it. It's happening. I'm just getting my stuff set up here. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, oh, let's wait. Alright. Now it says we're online. Great. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. It's really louder than I want it. So, what's the deal here? Mr. D died. So, we're going with the tried and true Mr. D Part 2. We're playing hardcore. We are not going to do veteran. No reason to do that. All right.
Still drawing breath. You were please up the road.
Okay. So what we're gonna do here? We're gonna get this quest. Whatever. I'm gonna nom some plutonium Nyborg. We're gonna double density. And we're gonna go. I think I was on M before. And yeah, we were on M, masochistic. So we're gonna have this be slightly easier, mostly just so that I can actually progress. Like, there will still be plenty of champions. Ooh, that was a lot of stuttering there. So right now we're just going for our first level. Now I'm thinking, I did like the combo before that I had of a Diablo 3 class and a Titan Quest class. I am really leaning towards Demon Hunter and Hunting. I haven't actually looked at them, so but that's kind of what I was thinking I might do. Okay, so this is dual wielding and ranged. That seems very good. No exclusive skill, which is great. Oh, Elemental Strike does not proc weapon pool skills. That is interesting. Hungering Shot does. Burns enemies and leaves a patch of fire. Well, that seems really good. So, interestingly, there are no mana reservations here. Yeah, it has nothing for reserving mana. Which is fine, honestly. You launch a rocket that explodes. Seems cool. And then Vengeance, of course, seems really strong. Dark Heart reducing your damage by 25%. Also very strong. 20-second duration with a 56-second recharge is actually really, really good too. That's late game. I mean, that's 50% uptime if you have enough. I don't know if there's duration or if the duration goes up with points. Looks like the duration doesn't go up with points because the description says 20 seconds. This seems really strong. Just in terms of the attacks. But I would also consider. Well, what can the monk actually do? Okay, so Fists of Thunder is going to be melee. Okay, so this is a reservation. Wow, max resists is really strong. That's really strong as well. Cyclone. Seems sweet. And then it's got the mantras. Those are all exclusive. Damage reflected by monsters and attacks that cause life reduction. That's weird. Seems really solid though. Adds a lot of damage. Breath of Heaven is a really nice heal. Oh, interesting. Crippling Wave just activates on some strikes. And you can convert it from fire and lightning to cold. That's an interesting idea. I don't really love that though. I'm gonna look at what Crusader has. Crusader might be kind of cool to pair with like defense or earth and just do basically an off-brand like retaliation paladin or character, I guess. I don't know. So what do we get? We get Punish as... Okay, this is default weapon. That's just like a base attack. We get Slash. Does not trigger weapon pool skills. Do we get any weapon pool skills? It doesn't look like it. So that only matters if we were to get something that had weapon pool skills. So, shield smash, disable, pulverize, these are all weapon pool skills. Shield combat techniques requires a melee weapon and shield. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of going Crusader defense. Otherwise, let's see Earth. Because there's something, maybe I am wrong. Oh, it's in Storm. Somewhere. Storm Surge, yeah. Has a chance of activating when you get hit. So this, like, allows you to retaliate. Right? It gives you retaliation. Otherwise, of course, there's Oathkeeper. That, you know, it scales with its retaliation damage. I do kind of like the idea, though, of going... excuse me. Crusader defense. I'll have to see if there's... I'll have to see if there's anything that restricts this bonus to shields. I'll have to see if there's anything here that actually scales retaliation damage. Okay. This scales retaliation damage and gives a little bit of retaliation. Otherwise, this is also exclusive, and this is just scaling your Fizz, piercing, internal trauma. Yeah, I would totally go the retaliation route. Okay, so it looks like there's probably a little bit that's going to... I really like stuff like this, too. So this has a 15-second recharge, but a 30-second duration. So basically, you just press the button every 15 seconds. I'm a big fan of stuff like that. So yeah, that seems cool. Let's do that. Okay, retaliate grants some retaliation. All right. Okay, I think this is fine. This is cool. 15% of your retaliation damage is added to Shield Bash. Yeah, it seems really strong. We're just going to be going Punish for now. Okay, sorry that took so long, but, you know, that's a choice I want to make now so that I can just play. Hopefully it doesn't take us too terribly long to get to level 10. It really shouldn't. Given how quick it was the other day while I was playing. Got to level 20-something in a 4-hour session. Remember that I'm playing on hardcore, so I do want to be kind of careful with my life total, which means running away right now. Oh god. I don't actually have any potions. so I can't potion spam quite yet. Okay, now I have one. This is more bosses than I feel like I was fighting on my other character. But again, it's probably I just got kind of unlucky here. Why are there all of these Walking Dead? At least they grant experience. It's fine. So we definitely want to go, you know, weapon and shield. What we're going to do immediately is turn off common drops. I'm going to get myself geared up. And then I'm going to turn off these magical drops. So I'm going to pick everything up for now. But pretty assuredly, I will get a full gear set out of all these bosses. Maybe not rings or amulets or medals or whatever, but we're just going to turn all of the regular loot off. Because we just won't need it. When you have this many bosses spawning, drops like this tend to just be clutter. Okay. I do not want any two-handed stuff. I mean, we'll do that for now and I might get something better. Offensive ability and defensive ability? Nah. I've not gotten a shield. I'd rather have resist. I don't want to use two-handers. Like, at all. %10 health. I don't think that's relevant enough early on. Flat health is more impactful. Alright, look at all that garbage. And then if I go like that, oh, you can't see any of it. Perfect. I don't actually think the green items can drop until level 5 anyways, so this is fine. Okay, that guy was fast. I'm gonna get Barog over here. Alright, easy. Okay, got a couple more levels here. What do we want to get to? Armor absorption is increased by 25%. Healed by 5% of damage dealt. That seems very good. Removes the physique requirement to wield one-handed melee weapons. It allows you to use in your main hand special two-handed melee weapons crafted by Hadrig. I remember this. Yeah, it's sweet. It lets you convert a bunch of two-handed legendaries into one-handed legendaries that are identical, but they require like 5,000 physique. So you can only really feasibly use them if you have Hold Your Ground, because it reduces that physique requirement by 100%, which I think is really neat. So we probably don't even need to beeline that, simply because I'm not going to be able to make any of those legendaries. But they're good. And then what do we have this? Retaliation damage added to attack. That's solid. Yeah, we could go up here. 4-second duration, 50% damage absorption. That's really strong. Rolls a straight hammer. Hammer splits into smaller hammers. Light erupts from your shield. Yeah, let's just do that and that. You do need the stats. Physique is a big part of your overall HP pool early in the game. What is that little turd? There, got it. Gilliston is level 4, while Wrathworm is level 1. I wonder how that is. Oh no, I'm sorry, Gilliston is level 6. I wonder how he's level 6. Yeah, this dude's level 1. Oh, yeah. There. I'm pretty sure he's another vendor. If I am remembering correctly. I'd really like to get something for some AoE here. Go a long ways. We got Burial Hill right up here. So we're gonna go for Kaizog right away. Oh no, that's not flawless. We did get this, which is way better than what we have, so we'll do it. We'll read our little notes. I don't think you're technically supposed to be able to come in here yet. Maybe I'm misremembering. Also, I think my door just got opened. I want to double check on that. didn't sound quite the same as it probably does. So let's weird it out. Yep. Okay. So I'm literally using a zombie arm as my weapon. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Alright, we go here. I am going to kind of ignore trash here. Level 1 bosses are just not doing it. I am... Oh, Gilliston just gets to be level 5. See, everyone else is level 1, but for some reason Gilliston actually spawns at whatever level we are at. Something weird. The Furies are obnoxious. Get some Aether crystals there. Hooray! The chat is waiting for new messages. I don't know if that's really a hooray. That's more of a, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm gonna go around this way. Okay. Got 3 points. We'll just do that. Oh, hello! Alright, so now we're more up to our level. I really don't love having no AoE, just like my attack, is actually real bad. Like, I can soak some hits, but it ain't great. Guess we kind of divide and conquer, go for one at a time. Let me actually get the boss, please. I mean, at least there's so many enemies that the bosses can't hit me. There's too many zombies and ravens. Alright, hopefully taking out Asper kills a bunch of the ravens. Okay, so we hit 6, which is just lovely. I don't understand why there's still so many enemies, so we're gonna go for these Aether crystals. I'm pretty sure Aether crystals are responsible for most of the zombies. I'm also gonna watch my health. I'm definitely taking more damage than I'm healing from my potions. That's not a good sign. Okay, so there's one crystal down. Right, there's Corvuscia or whatever. Oh, I'm despised. Oh, darn it. So we are definitely not going to keep leveling our main mastery. We're going to actually be putting points into our skills. My damage feels real bad. This is one of the benefits of playing a caster. With my last build being a caster, they get a lot of their damage just from leveling up their skills. So there was a much lower burden of having like a good weapon, you know, having gear that was benefiting my damage. Unfortunately, that's just different when you're playing a melee-oriented character. So we should start seeing some rare items. Ones with green text. I believe they start dropping at level 5. Okay. So this does get flat. I really hate enemies that run away. Oh god. Not paying attention. Alright, we should be able to take out everything except for Kaidog pretty easily here. The internal trauma, that's the damage over time that I deal. So one thing that's super interesting about this game, a lot of games will have like poison damage or whatever. This, in Grim Dawn, every single element has a damage over time equivalent. So regular physical damage, if it's doing physical damage over time, it's called internal trauma. And then there's piercing damage, and piercing damage over time is called bleeding. And then there's lightning damage, and lightning damage over time, which is called electrocute. And, you know, there's all sorts of that kind of stuff. Which goes a long way to just, like, making every element feel better, I guess, and, like, having meaningful dots, like meaningful damage over time abilities. I really like it, at least. So if we go 2, we can get a point in Wrathful. So, is this good? It seems good. I mean, we certainly don't need any of the damage on it, but well, it's not actually a shield. It's just an offhand, so actually we can't really use this. Kinda need a shield. Okay, that's gonna be bad. Trying to get dots on everything so that I can kind of reduce how much crap I'm dealing with. We were seeing some Furies. Furies actually do a ton of damage. You know what? I'm out. I don't want to deal with that right now. We're just going to get the quest completed. That's all we need.
The dead attacks us. A creature was. I need some time to plan our strategy.
So this guy wants an Aether Crystal, which I'm pretty sure I have.
Remember, you'll be looking. Did you bring back X?
And then Barnabas wants me to go down into the...
Yeah, I'm sending you over. Impressive. Well, since I'm good for this.
What, I don't know what you want to call this. Cave. Alright, so we can pawn that. We can get a shield. Making muffins. Hey, you're doing it. I mean, I take no damage, but I don't really deal any damage either. It's so slow. I literally just attack. It'll be really great once I have both some AoE and some retaliation, because retaliation can take care of most of the little turds. Yeah, I hear you, cat. Alright, that's level 8. There's gonna be some guys coming after me. You know what? Pretty much everything productive that isn't something that I like immediately want to do, it takes me a couple of months to get around to it. So I mean, that's not that bad. Two crow fiends right next to each other. Just needed the motivation. I get that too. It's a big reason why I'm playing video games right now. I don't have a motivation to fold laundry or clean the bathrooms or vacuum or do any of that kind of stuff. And that's fine. Hey, anybody watching want to join my Discord? Like, and honestly, we're working on getting a Discord set up, and I'm legitimately curious if there are people that actually want to be a part of that. some of the Pokemon viewers. Yeah, that's probably true. I'll have to ask on Sunday if any of those folks are interested. I showed students today the video of those two women who are like, we are here today to remove the trauma threads that have been tangled in our past consciousness and elevate ourselves to a higher consciousness. I showed kids that video and they were like, what is this? I thought it was really, really bizarre, which it is. And I only showed them 2 minutes, but I was like, you guys want to watch more? Like, there's... the episode I showed them was episode 710, so there's a lot of it. So what I want to do here then, I want to get something else that does some AoE, if you can imagine. Shield Bash looks pretty good. Justice doesn't do enough damage. What am I even looking for? Oh, Blessed Hammer. Feel free to talk through decisions. I mean, right now, all I'm really doing is kind of deciding where I want my points to be. I've got a pretty reasonable single target attack. Only costs 3 energy, so I can basically spam this forever. But I'd like to have something like Shield Bash that's going to do some AoE, that does a little bit more damage. Shield Bash is probably what I'm going to go. There's just not a lot of other options for me here at low levels. I'd also really like to get Blessed Hammer, because that just spins around me for a little while, and seems like it's strong. I can also get a point in Laws of Valor. Gives me a little bit of damage and offensive ability. So I think what we'll do is we'll go 2 points in Shield Bash and a point in Laws of Valor. Just so that I have something there. Then we'll go Shield Bash like this. And so the hope now is I can go Krakow and just muff stuff up. Yeah. Does seem to be like very good damage. And it knocks stuff down, so that's sweet. Or has a chance of knockdown or whatever. Okay. We did get an epic here. Very nice. So we should start seeing some real items dropping. Knockdown Crow Fiend, that looks pretty hilarious. Alright, we're hitting 9. Well, bam. Yeah, the knockdown is super satisfying. And hilarious. Close. So many Furies. That helped. So I have to take those guys out. The big eyes. 'Cause they summon some pretty nasty enemies. That is really nice, though. The knockdown is so sweet. It is funny when you kill an enemy with a move like that and they ragdoll and their body just flies all over. Alright, so there's our first devotion point. Where'd you come from? Okay. Unfortunate. You cannot... Oh, here's a... I didn't even realize that was the boss guy. Okay. We might hit 10 here. That would be really nice if we did. Yeah, we should. Boom. So this gives us a second mastery, right? This allows us to go defense, and we can go 1 point. We can get our passives, and I wish I knew how long this spectral bulwark lasted. Regardless, I don't really know if that's what we need. I'm gonna say that's what we need. We need a shield bash that just does a truckload of damage. I am porting back to town. I don't think I got too much. Certainly not too much that matters. Can't really use any of it. I think we're going to be using Bone Snap Gavel. Yeah, so we could go Final March, Bone Snap Gavel. No real need to do this. This is just for a pet build. Alright, so let's try this. Let's see what's in the Twap door. Okay, so we got 2 rares, so that's great. We're going to start to see green items. Green items are better. Yeah, so you can see by comparison how much more damage my shield bash is doing compared to my like regular attack. Like, it's pretty obvious. Not knocking a lot of these guys down though. Trying to hit multiple of them at a time. Nemedian. Or is it Nemedian? Bonk. Alright. So we got some pants. Savior's Combat Pants of Ruin. Yep, those are better than what I have. And we finally got a shield. And then we got an armor. Bone Cage, Apprentice Tunic of Thunder. Doesn't do a lot of good for us, unfortunately. So we'll probably leave it. Man, it's like half his health. Feels good, man. I do not like Mesmer. It spawns copies of itself. And the copies, like, are fake. So you kill them and, like, it doesn't die. You still have to kill the real one, for lack of a better word. Bonk. I don't know why I think that's so funny, but watching like big enemies get knocked down. OP. As at least one person in chat knows, I am so OP. Alright. Resolute of Heroism. We got these. They're not good. That's unfortunate. And we got some staves. Hey, Maximum Red. I am once again playing a different game. Which, frankly, does not align with what I have set for my stream, but it's whatever. We'll do that. Some RPG. Yeah, little Grim Dawn. Technically, I think these are set to be streamed mostly on Mondays, but I played this yesterday. Or no, multiplayer is on Monday, isn't it? Okay, so this is going to be quite dangerous. So we are not going to do that right now. ARPG on Mondays? Okay. But I played this on Monday, and actually not even supposed to stream tonight, or at least it's not, like, on my agenda. But I played this yesterday and died, and I was just like, man, I can't let it end like that. So I figured I'd start a new character, and hopefully I don't die before the stream is over. And then I'll have somewhere to pick up tomorrow. Corrupt Shell. Now that's a very inventive name. Yeah, I stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I thought. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm not streaming tomorrow because you're going to be here. So I guess maybe I'm streaming today instead. How about that? I did get a follow that didn't show up. I don't know why. It's supposed to. Regardless, I would like to say thank you, Monkey Butler. Monkey Butler 78. I'm sorry I'm getting to this just now, but thank you for the follow. I'm gonna see if I can yeah, that sucks. I don't know if OBS really lets you do that. Well, I'll have to look into that later. Oof. Troubleshooting games is not my favorite. But, you know, sometimes it's just what you have to do, right? It's that or you just don't play it. Yeah, that is an exit to main menu. 78 HP. Not happening. And that's a little cheesier than I really like, but I'm not taking that risk. Well, I hope you can get it to work whenever you wind up having the time. Definitely not gonna need that. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. I'm running this program. So let's see if it worked. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, of course you can stay here, hang out for a little bit. I'm trying to get item assistant to work here. Okay. They do actually show up as the appropriate item now, finally. I was having this issue where items were all showing up as unknown with no stats. I could still transfer them to and fro as I needed, but nothing else was working. So what's sweet about this is I can now take all of these items, and I will try to show you this. But I can dump all of these items in here, and have the game, or this program, rather, take them, right? Notice they're on the last stash page. I'm going to move away. I'm going to give it a second. Yep, it looted 55 items. We go back. Last tab, totally empty. So, if I don't actually know if I can show you this. I'm gonna have to add a new screen. Alright, so I think you can see that now. Let me add my video capture. So this program contains all of the items that I have, and so I have two Madness, right? So I have two different copies of Madness, and I can transfer one of them to the stash or both of them, and it actually retains the actual stats on each individual item. So I really like this because I am a pack rat, and if I want to play an alt just to make life a little bit easier, I will be able to come in here and I can say, like, okay, so I need physique. Okay, never mind. It wants to search by items, I guess. I need, like, bone snap. Okay, so look, boom, bone snap gavel. The other thing you can do is you can go over here on the side and say, okay, I need retaliation gear. Right, and be like, all right, so these are my 3 retaliation items. Pop, pop, pop. For these apple muffins, I would say large. And generally, I think I've told you this, I like a moister muffin over a crummy muffin. So take that how you will. I don't know if you're going to do maybe like a little caramel drizzly boy over the top of it or what. But things like that. Or you can search by resists. Or you can search by classes. And what's kind of crazy is it has all the classes added by the mod. So I can say, like, oh, I really need, like, and I don't know if they all have the same name internally. Like, I need Auspex. Okay, that doesn't exist. I need Stormcaller. Okay, I don't have anything there. Right. Okay, so I do have something for the Incarnate. So I don't know exactly what that is, but I guess internally this mastery is known as the Incarnate. So I have Captain's Shield. Right, that's for the Incarnate, right? So that's a really cool feature here. And you can also look at miscellaneous stats as well. You can say, okay, I want to look at stuff that grants skills. Right? And it tells you your chance of those skills. which is really sweet. So you could just make like a Proc Fiesta. So yeah, that's Grim Dawn Item Assistant. I'm a big fan. Makes me feel like I don't have to pick and choose the items I'm keeping. And you know, I'm a pack rat. I'm like big into that kind of stuff. So it's cool. I'm gonna put 1 point in Spectral Bulwark just to test it out. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, it goes around basically 10 times. It does not do a lot of damage, though. The flat on it does not go up super quickly. You do get to add retaliation to it, though. Okay, so normally Spectral Bulwark you don't actually have to have a shield for, but Wild Throw makes it where you need a shield. What is this? Gorgonion. Ooh. Man, I cannot get comfortable right now. It's a struggle. I also can't stay warm. I guess that's really the problem. To me, comfort is warmth. You know, I wouldn't hate getting here. Being able to use a couple of these would probably go a long way. I think I can remove skill points. Oh, there's Hadric.
Greetings, child. I'm afraid troubled my knowledge. Troubled memories can clap.
Okay, so we go Wabao.
Safe journey.
Alright, Hadrig. Oh, wow. Yeah, these look sweet. Dude, there's Kanai's cube effects? That's really cool. I did not even know that. Yeah, look at that. So it gives you some little bonuses to you know, some particular skills. Retaliation damage added to attack to shield glare. There are a lot. Wow. There's probably one for every skill. Requiring level 90 definitely sucks. skill recharge. A lot of things that add bonus to Blessed Hammer. It's kind of lame to me. 180-degree attack arc to slash. Does that just make it... Yeah, I guess it probably just makes it attack in a full circle around you. Yep, so these are all of these. These one-handed axes. So you just take some item, right, and then you turn it into the one-handed version, which seems really, really cool. Mythical Mark of the Barbarian. Oh, and then you can make some of the legendary gems. Wow. Just look at how good that is. Man. That's gotta be like absolutely best in slot for a shield component. Ooh, that's really nice too. Those are really nice resist and a 12% chance to avoid projectiles. That's cool. So the Diablo 3 items presumably don't drop very often, if they drop at all, but you get these Forgotten Souls, which you can use to just craft them. Dang, dude, I like this. That's so neat. That's just pretty neat. Okay. Man, I feel like I just have to max out Shield Bash. It's responsible for too much area damage. Alright, so we're gonna go back in here. Actually, don't remember... Yeah, we need to exit to menu and reload, because we had already started clearing that out. Visit www.grimdawn.com. It's a cool place. You do not even need to type the www part. Uh-oh. Are you one of the people who's having the PC restarting problems? That's no bueno. Let's turn on Laws of Valor for a little bit extra damage. Oh, the other thing we can do... Right, this is damage. Can do that. Why not? Melee weapons and shields. Chest. Look at that! I'm a vanguard. I guard the van. No, no. Because of the game? Could be. Ugh. Wait, why is it healing? Stop that. Man. Not a good sign when it out-heals your normal attack. Vanguard sounds like a part-time job. Hey man, are you judging me? You're not good. You know, even vans need to be guarded. Bolvaris. Man. I'm just so OP. In Theseus? Man, look at that. Just from 100 to 70% in one strike. Die, Darlax. Darla X. Sounds like a constipation medication. Darlax. I thought it was funny. I'm sorry. You wish you had a van. You know, it's not as glamorous as you think. I had a van when I was a teenager and no one ever wanted to ride in my car. They were like, bruh, you have a van. And it wasn't like a, you know, like a cool, like, it wasn't like an ironically cool teenager van. It was a soccer mom van, so maybe that's why. I also don't think I could have gotten away with anything as, like, an ironically cool thing. Like, I was a nerd. And, like, I wasn't necessarily unpopular, but, like, I couldn't get away with that kind of stuff. Like, that just wasn't gonna fly. It was nice having a car, but it's very weird. In the United States, it's kind of like you have to own a car. Unless you live in an actual big city, there's no opportunity to get anywhere if you don't have your own vehicle. I mean, I live in a city of about 50,000, and public transportation is a joke. It's an absolute joke. And every city I've ever lived in, public transportation has been a joke. You know, I've never been in a city where public transportation was adequate to the point of, you know, being able to rely on it. You know, like, people can do it out of necessity, but it's like, okay, they go to work and they get dropped off a mile away and they have to walk. It's sad. It's sad. And, like, everyone has to have their own car. Because, again, everyone has places that they need to get. It's stupid and I hate it. Cunning health, offensive ability, attack speed, chaos res. Okay. I like those. Negating salvaged armor of Ulzuin's flame. Keeper's improvised round shield of protection. Earthward is sweet, I guess. Doesn't do any damage, which is what I need. I don't really need to be tanky. We get 2 to Laws of Hope, which is kind of neat. Don't really need anything else. I knew karate too. I was a black belt, but I don't know if people really respected me or if they just kind of left me alone. I leveled up, so I healed. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's not working so well. That poison does way too much damage. I thought I could survive because I had leveled up, but no, I just got shredded again. Yeah, going down that staircase is dangerous because you're in this corridor and there's going to be like 2 or even 3 boss packs, like right there. So let's see how this scales. It's 5 flat and 6%. I mean, yeah. That is really nice, and that offensive ability is pretty good. If we cap Shield Bash, we get Retaliation added to attack, which is pretty great. But 15% of my retaliation damage is 4. So maybe that doesn't really matter right now. That does get up to 400 flat, though. Well, we're at 300, so not super impactful. Yeah, we might have been. I was definitely drawn to people with the same interests as me, and not so much like, oh, like you're friends with my friends, so let's hang out. I was not like that. I wanted friends that I had, that I shared a common ground with. So we can get up to get 1 point in Blessed Hammer. We can also get a point in Smite. I think we'll leave it. I mean, we'll put the point in it, I suppose. This should be better. Should be better than, those last a pretty reasonable amount of time. Better than the defense skill that does pretty much the same thing. Damage scaling on it is going to be way better. Okay. So again, we're kind of bopping back and forth. My high school physics classes actually made me wanted to become a physics teacher, so. Basketball player. Man, I wish I played a sport. That would have gotten me a lot of clout. But I'm just not an athletic guy. Yeah, my physics teacher was just so great that I think, like, it kind of just made me, like, oh, I want to do what she does. Like, man, that sounds like a great job, so. I also just don't really know if I have the brains to do too much above the level of science that I'm doing as a teacher. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'm smart enough to be like a real sciencey scientist. I think I can do teaching. Because that doesn't require a lot of that high-level work. It requires teaching. You know, I'm not doing, like, crazy science. I'm just teaching. But maybe I'm wrong. There's 14. So what did we get up to before, like level 21 or something? Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I do recognize that, like, what I do matters. I just don't think it requires a really, like, high level of, you know, scientific precision. Like, I'm not saying that teaching isn't hard or anything, it's just that, like, I just don't think I have the brain for too much more demanding content-wise. $23. I have no idea what you mean. Oh, that's the level I got to, you're saying. pretty easy in the practical branch. Yeah, certainly more so than modern style physics. I remember when we started talking about wave equations in my modern physics class, I was just like, yeah, dude, I'm out. Like, you're telling me that we're doing this whole, you know, like calculus derivation to determine the probability of this thing, like to determine the probability of this particle's behavior. Like, that's not working for me. If I'm spending 4 hours on math, I want to have an answer. Like, the thing I recognize that, like, when you work a job, it's very different, but the thing I really disliked about all those higher level physics classes, they were very satisfying, and I really did learn a lot, but man, it was so discouraging to spend so much time on a problem and then be done with it and either not have an answer or not know what your answer means. One thing I really love about high school physics is I feel like I can use it to describe relatively accurately, right? Like 95% accurately, 90% of the behavior in the entire universe. Yes, it's not a perfect description, but dang, that is good, especially for the amount of time you have to invest to do, you know, an energy calculation or to, you know, derive an equation for the motion of an object, right? Like, you don't need to do this crazy stuff. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Flame patch. Oketos staff. Wow, that is a lot of cold damage. Resistant hide sash of the bone lancer. I don't like that. Searing claw fetish. No, we'll skip that. Unyielding gold band of the sea. I definitely like that more than a band of caged souls. Lightbringer's gold band of protection. That's... Man, that I don't know. I guess I like it better than that. Terror Knight. +1 to all skills in Terror Knight. Officer's Solid Club of Thunder. 7 to 75 damage. That is a large variation. I don't really like that. Mystic, Hide Sash of the Draenul. Heart Piercing of Blood. More Bone Lancer belts. Cage Soul Belt. Keeper's Improvised Ground Shield of Protection. I actually kind of like the burn retaliation on this. Seems like it clears out trash pretty nicely. And then for the same reason, I guess I like that. A little bit more burn retaliation. You're not breaking the rules with that word. Technically, I'm multi-streaming right now, so I'm streaming to Facebook too, and Facebook is really strict on language. Whoops. Not that I expect to ever get monetized anyways, but just a good habit to stay in. You know, respectfully disagree with you there, just in terms of that feeling. But I agree that it is really satisfying. I'm not saying, I mean, dude, I remember spending 4 hours on one electrodynamics problem. I even remember it was calculating magnetic flux through a 3-dimensional solid. And it took me 4 hours to do it, and when I finally did it, I was like, dude. It felt good, for sure. But to me, mental satisfaction, just, I don't know, feeling smart, like, is very whatever to me. I got those boots. Couple of more points. How does this scale? Okay, it does say it lasts 10 seconds. You missed D2? Yeah, have you played Resurrected? I have not, to be totally honest. Have not played Resurrected at all. You know, I don't actually think I'm going to go Blessed Hammer. Damage on it does not seem insane. Oh, I guess my weapon damage is really bad. Punish is single target. For some move speed. You've played Grapes of Wrath. What is Grapes of Wrath? I'm not familiar.
Let me clear your mind of regrets.
Shield Bash does 6 times the damage of my regular attack. Which I suppose is about what you'd expect. Oh, it's a... Okay, so it's a mod. I am very familiar with Diablo 2 mods. I played a lot of Median back in the day. I pretty much played every Diablo 2 mod that's ever existed, frankly. And I was really, really big into Median, which is pretty much the most popular Diablo 2 mod in terms of how many people play it. It was definitely a total conversion, so not very faithful to the original in terms of content. But great mod. If you haven't played it, I'd strongly recommend it. It's so satisfying to just knock him down. One of the mods I played that I found really interesting for Diablo 2, it might actually have been Grapes of Wrath, but it was an Iron Man mod where you can never repair anything. Where like it just costs like billions and billions of gold to repair. Grapes of Wrath was official. I don't remember the only official add-on for Diablo 2, at least in the United States, was Lord of Destruction, the expansion. Boar Hunter's Shield. There are lots of little circles. Those are all bosses. Yeah, I'll maybe try to look it up in a little while. You love Diablo 2. My brother and I shared an account together on Diablo 2 back in the day. When we were both in high school. Gosh, we might have even started when we were in middle school. And it was great because we only had one computer in the house anyways. And by sharing an account, it basically meant that we could, for most intents and purposes, we could accrue twice the wealth that either of us could ever have done individually. Because we were limited to not only one computer, but how much time we could spend on the computer each day. So sharing meant that you know, well, we can only have one person playing at a time, and our time is limited, so why not just share an account, and then, you know, if he gets a really good item, if he's not going to use it, I can use it on one of my characters. You were the only child. It must be. Well, I'm sure it was nice in some respects and not nice in others, so it is what it is, right? Oh, more Olzuin's Flame. More Olzuin's Flame. Sure. What is this Boar Hunter's Shield? +1 all skills and defense mastery. I lose that burn retaliation. I'm not sure, man. Tons of characters. Yeah, makes sense if you're the guy who has Diablo. Well, I really like Boar Hunter's Shield, but I don't think I'm actually going to use it. I think I like this better. That. Get a little bit more damage. I just want to be getting some amount of points into my mastery so that I can get the next tier skills. Too long on that. Ooh, there is a totem up this way. Sorry, I was just talking about how, you know, if you're the guy with Diablo, everyone must have wanted to hang it at your house, because Diablo was a really great game. totem. Spawns a bunch of enemies, and then when we kill the enemies, the totem itself just drops a bunch of loot. Oh yeah, I had a buddy who had a PlayStation 1, and I definitely tried to go over there as much as I could. I always had a computer growing up, but my parents never let us have a console. It wasn't until I was like 14 or 15, my parents got me a PlayStation 2. And like we freaked out. We freaked out because we were just never ever expecting to have a console. Why didn't they? I don't know. They didn't grow up being like, neither of my parents were, you know, quote unquote nerdy. So they didn't get into, you know, board games or anything like that. Like my dad, I guess, played like Dungeons and Dragons in college. But he was never, like growing up, he was never into those nerdy hobbies or anything. And they always kind of bought into the idea that, like, video games rot your brain and that, you know, violence is what, like, video game violence is what causes school shootings and just, like, dumb crap like that. You know, they kind of always believed that. So it was because of that kind of stuff that they were just like, nope, you're never getting a console. We're gonna monitor your computer time. You know, it didn't really work, but they monitored it. That's for sure. Man, look at all those dead things. I don't know. I think minus the fact that I play a lot of video games, I am an incredibly well-adjusted person. You know, maybe I'm biased, but I feel like I'm really, like, mentally stable, I guess. Like, for lack of a better way of phrasing it. Like, I'm super non-violent, I don't know, I think I'm really respectful and compassionate, and, like, I don't know, just the idea that, like, video games rot your brain, I don't think that's true. If it was, man, imagine what I could have been if I wouldn't have played video games. I'd be a billionaire. No! My potion was just coming off cooldown. What even killed me? Yeah, I mean, it was Fizz. Right, something did a bunch of Fizz. Man, that sucks. This is what I get. I gotta not stream when I'm playing hardcore. You're distracting me. maximum red. Ugh! I didn't even make it as far. And I actually feel like that... Well, was that faster or was that slower? We're going to be on Mr. D Part 3. Because I suck. Nah, you're fine. I shouldn't let myself get distracted. Especially when I'm doing stuff like that. Man, that sucks. So, you think it was faster? I think the reason it may have seemed faster was that there just weren't as many bosses that I had to get clogged up by. Man, and I was really enjoying that. I could go back to Caster. Whatever. I mean, that's what streaming's all about, right? I'm playing a game, I'm having a conversation. What more can I ask for? I shouldn't complain that I died because I literally I'm doing this to myself. I also like never play hardcore, so I'm just not used to that. Like, oh, my character's dead. So what is nice is that even though I died and I have to start over, every time I get to I get to move a little bit quicker because now I have all of those items in here. Right? All of those items that I picked up, I now have access to here. So, that's kind of nice, I suppose. And I also have access to all of my components. So, I could slap, I could slap diamonds on all my gears. Or I could slap gems on all my gear. And just, have something. In fact, I should probably do that. Diamond is on rings. Okay, so I don't actually have any gear. I don't think I need 155 lodestones, though. Oh my gosh, 238 searing embers. We're gonna go like that. I'm gonna sell these. And I'm gonna hope that they get me a little bit of dollars. And furnace is furnace. Furnace is infernal furs. I don't understand. So what I can do with that now is I can buy 2 level 1 rings, and that will let me the favorite game on the PlayStation 1, at that friend's house, Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics and Monster Rancher were like the those were like the games that I enjoyed playing over there. He also had a Super Nintendo, and I played Chrono Trigger and Super Mario RPG. So yeah, some good stuff there for sure. So all I'm doing here is just buying some things that are, you know, better than the base stuff you start with. And I'd like things that are more generally useful. Yeah, Superior of Alacrity is pretty sweet. I do like that. So we'll go like this. I suppose we can buy that. So this is level 1 gear. Yeah, I loved Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, I should really go through and get ISOs of some of my old games. I would really like to do that. What is this? Crit damage, fizz damage. So because none of this stuff has level requirements, once this guy levels up, I'm actually going to move this stuff over to the shared stash, and then I'll be able to use it on any other character that I play, in the very likely case that I just die. And yeah, let's just do bristly fur on everything else. Because bristly fur gives health. Alright, so I believe normally starting... Nah, you're gonna be fine. I think normally when you start playing you have 250 HP. And now by twinking some gear onto this character, I have a cool 911. So what this means is we should be pretty smooth sailing. Alright, I don't even know. I don't know what this is gonna do, but it is what it is. We're gonna do it. And we're gonna turn off common and magicals immediately. Alright. Okay, so, that was just some lag. So I almost one-shot, which is great. Alright, so we have gained a level. We're gonna figure out what we can do. Yeah, look at my health. I mean, I realize, you know, this is the very start of the game, but it is very satisfying seeing my health not dip at all. So, like, I wonder if I can just, like, actually stand here. It certainly seems like it, doesn't it? Oh, no. Something does damage. Oh, it's the dang Furies. Yeah. One of these guys is summoning Furies. Like a boss. Yeah. I mean, I kinda got cheaty, right? Like, it's a little cheaty giving myself all that stuff, but, you know, it is what it is. So, again, I kind of like the idea of doing a Diablo 3 class and a Titan Quest class, and so, like, I haven't seen a Barbarian. What does this even have? So this is a default attack replacer. Frenzy. Interesting. Bonuses also affect other skills. So the fizz and bleeding affect everything else. Berserk. Attacks cause internal trauma. That's cool. You wish you had Titan Quest? Game goes on sale all the time. I also believe Titan Quest is available on phones now. So, you know, if you've got a phone that can run it, that might be kind of cool. Weapon throw. That seems really good. Everything in your path. Huh, it's an energy cost per second. Interesting. Yeah, Barbarian seems perfectly strong, but I don't know if that's particularly interesting to me. Man, 30% damage converted to health. Sales on Steam. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna... Okay. So, like, here. What do I think about piracy? Well, I mean, I think piracy is wrong. I think the only case you could make for piracy is that if the game is abandoned or if it is literally no longer playable without piracy. As in, like, you can't download it through any legal avenue, or if it was a multiplayer game, like, the servers have been abandoned and so you need to pirate it in order to, you know, get like a hack for it or something like that. But if it is a game that is available for purchase and can still run on things, I think pirating is not acceptable. I've never pirated games, though, and I've never been in a financial situation where I felt like I needed to pirate games. I also don't play a lot of AAA games. Apparently it's not letting me post a link on my own Twitch. So let's do that. I want to go to my channel. Yeah. There. So, like, right now, you can get Titan Quest Anniversary Edition for $5. And, that is at 3 different places right now. In addition, you can get Ragnarok for $5. Atlantis for $3.75. And Eternal Embers? Eternal Embers for some amount off as well. I don't remember seeing Eternal Embers, but that exists. There's also the Titan Quest bundle. Looking at the store page. Titan Quest bundle looks like base game, Ragnarok, Atlantis, and Eternal Embers. Presumably that would be on some pretty reasonable sale right now. I can't actually add it to my cart to see how much it would actually cost because I own everything in it. But yeah, Space Base DF9 was really sad. I remember I had bought that back in college thinking like, oh man, this is a really cool idea. And like they're really active in developing it. And then they literally, I remember that, they like abandoned it. They were like in the middle of working on updates too, I felt like, right? Like they were patching it, adding some stuff. And then they were like, nope, that's it. I'm just really frugal with my money, and so honestly, if there's a game I really want, I just wait for it to go on sale, and then, you know, if it's like a $60 game, if I spend $15 on a $60 game and it turns out to not be what I'm looking for, whatever, I'm out $15. I don't really care. I also just play a ton of indie games, so a lot of times, like, it doesn't bother me because the game is like $3. Or, you know, it's a $10 game and it goes on sale for $5. Or I get it in a bundle. I do that a lot. Like, I'll get a game in a bundle. I'll buy a bundle on Fanatical or Humble Bundle. And then it's like, okay, I got 7 games for $10. Like, I'll buy a bundle for 2 games if it costs me $10. And then the other 5 games or whatever are just kind of extra. You know, maybe they're great, maybe they suck, but who cares? I did really like Wizard. It's unfortunate that there's not really... I mean, I guess I could go Witch Doctor. They're a caster, basically. A lot of times on Steam, I feel pretty safe buying a game, even if I'm kind of unsure about it, because if you play it less than 2 hours, you can just refund it. And a lot of games now, especially indie games, they have demos. You download a demo, you can play it. Well, I could do Witch Doctor. I really don't want to go Pets, because I go Pets all the time. But I could probably do, like, Witch Doctor and Nature. Not actually as many buffs. This is Acid, Vitality. I mean, I guess I could go like Acid and Vitality damage. Cold and Vitality. That would probably be Dream. It's Fizz damage. Lightning, Vitality, Aether, Chaos. Oh man, yeah, you should go to bed. Take it easy, man. I'll talk to you later. Nightmare. Vitality, Chaos. Lightning, Aether. Man, so awkward. Maybe... No, didn't I look at Spirit? And I don't know if there's really a good one to pair with Witch Doctor. At least, as far as a Titan Quest Mastery goes. And Venom adds a bunch of acid damage. And Vitality. Okay. requires a bladed melee weapon or any ranged weapon. Sword, dagger, spear, or ranged. So yeah, I would say this is maybe a possibility. Because we'd get Envenom, basically, would be the only point of going rogue. I don't know if that's good enough, though. I kind of like the idea of starting corpse spiders. Whatever. Like, this character is probably gonna die, right? Like, I should just try something different. Okay, you do get to summon more as you have more points in corpse spiders. So, we're gonna do it. Well, they certainly do damage. Try something different. Yep, I think I am. They last for 8 seconds. Cool. I'm sure the muffins will be fine. And I know you hadn't tried the recipe, but like, just because you haven't tried it doesn't mean you screwed it up. Like, you know how to make muffins. Wabam! Dunzo. Oh, hi. Hi, Rick Nix. Alright, so that's that. We report to Bourbon.
A creature needs some time to plan our strategy. Welcome to Briefgate. Remember any next?
Whatever, I don't care about any of the conversation. I have heard all of it many, many times. I need scrap. Okay, so what I'm gonna do
Greetings,
here.
child. I troubled my knowledge of spirit. Troubles you.
Okay. So we could max this out. So corpse spiders in actual Diablo 3, it goes way faster. So like as soon as it hits the ground, you have a spider that's attacking stuff. In this, it's a lot slower. I'm not nearly as impressed with it. It seems like it'll be fine at max level, where the jar releases 3 Black Widows instead of 1. And then also seems really sweet to have Medusa spiders. But that I will test when we get there. Don't really want to do that right now. I think Acid Cloud or Spirit Barrage is probably a safer like first skill. Right, so that's 3.5 meter radius for, you know, basically what, 200 some DPS? Or we can do this for significantly more DPS, but then I also have to cast it more often. I think I might just go Acid Cloud, because then I can run around. And ideally, stuff dies. Nothing makes it larger, though, right? Yeah. That's still fine, I think. Huh, this actually does have a radius. Yeah, so this is 100 damage per second with the vitality decay. I mean, I can try it. Like, that's not a big deal. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. Okay, I thought it was gonna like seek out enemies.
Stay strong.
It's not what I was expecting. Yep, that's what I was expecting out of this. Go like that. Stuff dies.
It's good use.
Right. I need to return the scrap to him.
Get the scrap. Perfect. Well, since I'm good for this.
Okay. So pretty soon we should start seeing rares. I think with my last character that was at level 8. Whatever, don't care. Man, that's sweet. Certainly kills stuff dead. Doing move too. Gotta love it when it kills stuff dead. Okay. So, I mean, I think we kind of have to go zombie dogs. Right, you just go, woo. Claws and teeth. Let me go in here. Well, we're moving right along.
My energy is low.
Where's all the loot? Where's all the loot? Where is it? Boom! Wabam! Level 10. I know. I am the OPPist. And that's all she wrote.
My energy is low.
Okay, we'll go back to Devil's Crossing. And we'll help Barnabas. We'll tell him that we killed Vyloth. And he's gonna be like, cool, bro. So we've got a Corrosive Rift Scourge Slicer. That's quite good, actually, for our build. So here's what I do. I put the full gear set in here. Because this is like my perfect like level 1 gear set. And we'll just replace it with stuff now, and it'll be fine. And I don't have any money. Yeah, I think having that... I mean, it basically takes you from 250 health or whatever to 900. Makes it really, really easy for those first few levels. So I hit level 10 really quickly. Which we want, of course. Like, I don't want to be derping around. The rest of the gear will come in time. Like, it just doesn't matter. So we went Witch Doctor. What do we want to do for our secondary? Do we want to go Rogue? Do we want to go Nature? Do we want to try something else? You know, I think as Witch Doctor, kind of, I don't know, maybe unfortunately, maybe not unfortunately, like, I'm a poison caster, and I think that probably pairs best here. Well, no, maybe not. Have I done Rogue or Nature before? Not that I can recall. I mean... This is Acid and Vitality out of that. Like, I could go Fungal Swarm as kind of like my main skill. But it seems like it should be pretty good, right? Because it has a modifier all the way up at level 50. And, like, I can get Demeter's Sacred Law, which is Acid Vitality. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll do that. And then this lets me do, this lets me do Thorn Sprites, I suppose? Whatever.
Good, you're back. One of my scouts came back with news that you followed.
We'll give it a try. The only thing is, like, I don't want to do a build that winds up just, like, really, really struggling, right? Like, obviously that's going to feel really bad. If the build is bad and stuff, then it's going to feel really bad. Oh, wow. Alright, so let's see what that did. If it did, in fact, really ramp up the density, then great. If it didn't, then whatever. But I kill everything in one shot like that anyways, so it's fine. Also, everything here is, like, really low level. So it'll take a little bit for the changes to kick in. Once we start seeing bosses that are actually our level, that'll be when we know that our settings have actually been activated. Yep. So here we are. I guess I am realizing that I should enjoy the journey more than the destination. I wish I could make it bigger. You know, like the AoE does not cover what it looks like it does. You know, it looks like it covers a really large area, but it does not. also a total mana hog. Or, excuse me, energy hog.
I don't have enough energy. Enough energy.
Always with the energy. Well, I mean, I haven't really talked much. There hasn't been anyone else here, so... I was starting to talk about something, but I don't remember, honestly. So, you know, it was really important. Okay. Oh, okay. Lob, blob, bomb. Lob, blah, blah. Lob, blah, bomb. Lob, blah, bomb. I do not like thorn sprites. I am going to eliminate them. I'm going to save the points.
Let me clear your mind of regrets. Farewell.
I do like the idea of susceptibility, right? Lowering their resists. Seems solid. Okay, there's that. Doesn't actually seem to impact the energy cost too terribly much. Yeah, that's kind of weird. But yeah, who knows? I don't care about magicals anymore. This doesn't really give us what we want. Wait, I just have the ability to dual wield? I thought you always had to, like, actually have a skill that allowed that. But I mean, I'm not complaining. Dual Rift Slicers is going to be sweet. Acid Cloud does 1,146 poison damage over 3 seconds. That's P good. We're gonna go back into Vyloth's lair. Oh, right, we killed everything. So we'll have to exit, rejoin the game. Oh, I'm not in the game. So it wasn't actually loading. Don't let the guards catch you with plutonium Nyborg. They'll get ya. We got a blood carver and a Willie's razor. Let's get the green one. This is mostly acid and poison. The attack damage converted to health is actually really sweet. Yeah, I think we should do that. Lol. I mean, when it works, it works. Crumbling wall. Go ho ho. Man, I'm so fried, I don't even know what to talk about. It feels so boring today. Had a good conversation in my meetings today. It looks like we are going to be getting rid of our descriptive level classes next year. Which is not really a surprise. We were allowed to vote on it. I do think one of my colleagues is not super keen on the idea. Especially because descriptive was kind of his baby. You know, it was something that he really strongly believed in, and, you know, the class was created for all the right reasons, but it's been kind of perverted over time, and the reality of it is it's this lower level class that we wanted to be for students that would otherwise not take these science classes. But it's become more of a dumping ground for special ed kids. It's become an easy way out to get your credits. It's become, you know, like, if a kid doesn't know what they want to take, a counselor just signs them up for a descriptive level class, and that's never ever what we wanted. So the vote to eliminate them, I think, was hard on him. But myself and the other newer teacher, we both pretty firmly believe that, like, we can do better without descriptive. And that we can do better for students without descriptive. Other than that, I mean, pretty much the usual. My classes were good. Kids made me laugh. Had some good conversations. Got some good work done. We did this activity today to introduce Newton's third law, and I was hearing some good conversations. You know, it's boring, but it's part of my job. God, I've talked to kids a lot. Don't really do too many interesting things during the week. My life is pretty boring, unfortunately. Teaching's not as glamorous as the media makes it out to be, you know? Don't have enough energy. gain some levels. Well, I think I'm going to be done streaming pretty soon. It's, you know, it's not even a supposed stream day today, and so I should save my energy. I'll be back on Saturday. Saturday will be a good day to stream. I might play this a little bit more still tonight, but I don't think I'll play too much, and certainly if I die, I'm going to be pretty upset. I know, and I appreciate you watching the stream. Of death blow. 1 to 24% reduction to enemies' health. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Did I say Saturday? I meant Sunday. I stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Not tomorrow. It's actually pretty good. Skill cooldown reduction. Skill energy cost. Ooh, these do give total speed. I didn't even notice that. Total speed is sweet because it affects movement speed, cast speed, attack speed. It's very good. do have a marrow band. It doesn't really matter too much. Go to the last page. Dump all our stuff in there. Spirit for that. Yeah, this just doesn't seem large enough, you know? I wonder if switching to Spirit Barrage would feel better. I would probably lose a lot of damage because right now all my gear is for poison and acid. And Spirit Barrage is cold and vitality.
I sense turmoil within. Safe journey.
Alright, we'll give this a whirl. I do want to see how it feels, even though I don't really like it. Who knows, right? It might feel great. Well, it certainly feels really freaking strong. Because when it hits something, it releases that big, like, that big spread. I don't have to spam it, I suppose. But it does do damage over time. It does convert damage to health, which is really nice. Well, yeah. It certainly seems good. Yeah, casters always start really good. I was talking about this before, but casters scale really well early because their damage comes from their skills. Whereas, like, a weapon user, you have to have a good weapon in order to feel like your damage is good. Well, it's certainly very hard to die with this, because 10% of my damage is leached back as health. And that adds up. Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Cool, thanks. Some streamers get that in 2 minutes. Not me. I'm special. Stop being low, energy. I like when I can kill him in like 4 hits. That's better. Then I have to go around. Ooh, there's a totem. My minions die really fast. Let's get this waypoint, and I'll go back to town. Probably be pretty close to done streaming at that point. I think that'll be a nice place to stop. I have to clear this one out. Missing. Makes no freaking sense. Okay. I'm pretty sure Spirit Barrage in actual Diablo 3 actually hones in on enemies, which is way better. Okay, so that's it for the stream. Thank you for watching. I'll see you Sunday, probably. Might decide to stream on Saturday for a little bit, but definitely on Sunday for a little while. Really depends on what Jan and I get up to as the weekend wears on. Sometimes Saturday we just want to have a lazy day and then maybe I'll stream. sometimes we want to do something together, and then I will try to stay away from the computer. If you are interested in this kind of stuff, really encourage you to be a part of the community. I love seeing people in chat. I love seeing people, responding to my Twitter posts, or, whatever. We're going to be starting a Discord pretty soon. I would love to see you guys there. And just kind of keep your eyes peeled. I've got a lot of grand plans for some content coming up, and would really love to share the ride with you guys. So I'm excited about it, and I hope you all are too. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. I'll see